Good morning, this is Jerry over at Finn Tire and Auto. I have your vehicle up on the lift right now. I talked to you about some of the things yesterday about what we found. Your first concern about the hard acceleration, you had noise, you had vibration. You also mentioned you had a transmission fluid leak. Those are both one and the same issue. I'm underneath the vehicle right now, and you can see this is part of a bearing on your driver's side front axle. The axle stretches from here all the way over to the transmission right up there. And because that axle is not pushed all the way in, you see that about a half-inch gap. Tranny fluid's leaking out of the transmission. And what happened is, halfway down the axle, there's a carrier bearing that's supposed to be in there. And if you see that empty gap there, see how I can move that axle? That should not move at all. There should be a bearing inside there. Ultimately, that bearing fails, there's nothing holding that axle in. We would have to replace the seal here, replace this axle, and it looks like we may be able to save this bracket. We're not sure yet, but we're gonna look a little further to find out. We did find a loose tie rod end right here. This tie rod end on the vehicle has excessive free play. If that tie rod end were to separate, you lose the ability to steer the vehicle. You mentioned that you were told you have an exhaust leak. You do have noise from the exhaust, from loose heat shields that are, ultimately you see somebody's already clamped them before. We can secure them again with clamps. But for the exhaust, in the back of the vehicle, there is a muffler. And you can see up here where that's swollen, there's actually holes up here where the exhaust is starting to leak. Now, there's not a giant hole, but ultimately, it's only going to get worse. Once corrosion starts, it's like cancer, it takes over. Now, there's no place to take apart and, piece together. The first place that we could take apart is right here at this flange. So we would have to replace from right here all the way to the rear of the vehicle. There's also some other maintenance concerns on the vehicle. When I say maintenance, things that can prevent certain things like this from happening. Maintenance ultimately saves you a lot of money in the long run. I'm going to get you prices together for your main concerns. I'm also going to have some maintenance recommendations so that if not today, in the future, you can get done to the vehicle to prolong the life. My name is Jerry. When you get done viewing this video, give me a call and I'll go over the estimate with you. 440-439-2244.